about Tigers, and I'll tell you why after. Hello, we are back in the final segment of the ILFL Soccer Night show, and we were just talking outside of the break, and we're going to bring it live to you, what we were saying anyway, and I was just talking about a league game that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. You heard me say in the first segment that particularly in the Premier Division, the two teams that seem to be doing very well at the moment in Ace and Reach Out go head-to-head in a league game in 2 weeks' time, and we were just skirting around the edges about what could possibly happen in that game. Two very contrasting teams. Reach Out, very established, very organised, play some dazzling football, but Ace come with a lot of fight. They come very fast, very punchy, two very contrasting styles of football. When it all clashes on the pitch, what might happen?
That should be an interesting game because, yes, they're on form. Yes, they give me results. In the past, they would have had one or two negative results in the previous years. This year, obviously, they're maintaining their winning form, which is a good thing. And I think Ace will be up for a bit more than Reach Out because they want to prove a point. They would want to make sure that this win will make a big statement and a respect they deserve. So the Neely team wants to be seen as a serious team, whereas Reach Out, they were unfortunate not to win the league last year, which I thought they were one of the better sides. I know in the last day, in the last 10 minutes, that the league was decided by Tigers. They're playing good football. They can actually turn up the gear. They can play from third, fourth, fifth, depending on the opposition. The games I've watched, once they score 3-4 goals, they tend to take it easy, relaxed mode. So I think they've got a bit more backup. The squad itself is really strong. Ace and Reach Out should be an interesting game. Ace will have, I think, will want to prove a point, whereas Reach Out would want to say, you know what, it's another game, let's get 3 points in the bag and just maintain the top spot. But this will be definitely a message to the rest of, because I think at the moment in time these two teams are on bang on form for challenging for the titles.
I look back in the fixtures and I can see that last month in October these two teams met before. It's a very tight turnaround for these two teams to be meeting back to back again so soon, and Reach Out really taught Ace a lesson and beaten by 4-1. Can we see that change in a tighter game this time?
Definitely, because I don't think Hassan, as a manager, I've known him for years, would want a repeat of that result. He does not like to see a loss. He knows potentially they've got more. The only problem I've seen in a couple of games is the mental capacity of certain players. They seem to lose the plot or go start whinging at the referees or start looking at players. They should be focused on the game. If you can make sure the players are 100% focused on the game, less on whinging and looking at referees or other players, then I think they'll do better. Because a couple of games I've seen some of the players, mentally they seem to crack or get spoiled by the players or referees. They seem to be distracted. If those players, and there are strong players in the midfield, Ace have got strong players, fast players, if they can keep the focus on the game and be 100% on the game itself, then maybe there's a chance they can do something. But on paper and from what I've seen, I think Reach Out may have the edge. And I know Ace, they watch the game, they might not like me saying this. Favourites, I would say Reach Out, but Ace have the potential if they can control the mental strength of each players. That's how I would put it.
Just something else. Should it matter at grassroots level? Well, yeah, of course it does. Ace and Reach Out, neither team have managed to keep a clean sheet, despite being top two.
To be honest, this season, even all league games, there's some goals. The high scoring games. So I'm not sure if it's the mentality of just go attack. Don't worry if you concede 2, we'll just go 4. Maybe that's the ethos a lot of managers and teams are taking, because they're not worried about the back. They're just concentrating on banging in goals, because a lot of teams are conceding. We talked about Red Cup winning 8-5 now. If you're going to score 8, how the hell do you concede 5? Even a couple of weeks before, I know a team got battered 14 goals, but they still managed to score a goal. I just find I'm not sure if the manager's saying don't worry back, play 2 at the back and all guns blazing. It's probably something that's going around the whole league itself. So it's more probably ethos is probably on the attack and less on the defence. So I don't think Reach Out for me. I don't think they're quite tight at the back. They don't concede that many goals, but I think with Ace, I've seen concede a lot of goals. So hopefully they'll both be tight at the back. Premiership, we want to see tight games. We don't want to see high scoring goals. But I think the ethos between the whole league, all 3 divisions, or both divisions, I think is a lot of attack, less on the defence.
It is indeed. We've been talking a lot of cup football as well tonight, and something else that we're looking forward to as the colder nights sweep in. we can always look forward to the warm glow of the Champions Cup, which is coming up very, very soon. I can't help but speak about it because I'm anticipating and I'm so looking forward. So who's going to be the Champions Cup contenders this season? I know we can't talk about that right now because that's still being formulated, and we will divulge all details to you live here on the show in the next couple of weeks. But again, the Champions Cup, teams are already asking, are we in? Who is in? What's happening?
Yeah, for me, I think this is the biggest competition, I think, from ILFL projects, the Interleague Champions Cup. Even from the team's point of view and players' point of view, this is the ultimate cup. You know, champions of each league from other leagues. We're going to have 4 leagues participating in one competition, champions versus champions from other divisions. This is the cup, I think, from players' point of view, from manager's point of view, and for me, even from ILFL's point of view, we want to win because this is the ultimate cup. It's like the World Cup for me, the Champions Cup. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward. Hopefully next week we can give a bit more information in terms of which other leagues are participating, which teams from other leagues, which teams from ILFL are going to represent our league itself, and hopefully, obviously, we want ILFL to be more successful. In the recent years, we've seen Hackney and Leighton being quite successful, the musical league being quite successful. I want ILFL teams to, you know, compete and say, you know what, we've got quality, we've got strength, and as I said, it's the ultimate cup. It's the champions of champions, the Interleague Champions Cup. So hopefully next week, the viewers can see the leagues that are represented and the teams that will participate in the 16 champions contest, and you know, it's the ultimate cup.
It is indeed, and like we said, if you are one of those teams who are watching and wondering, is it going to be me? Is it going to be them? You've got to keep watching here over the next few weeks because we will start to leak the information to you as time goes on, and we'll give you a taste of what's going to come in the Champions Cup. It's been a good season so far as it's gone. It's now, you know, it started without too much fanfare, but now it's beginning to bubble and simmer and boil, isn't it?
I think this is the crucial times for the leagues itself, for the Sunday League, because this is the time when it's really cold. This is the time when you need your players to turn up. This is the time when you need you need the fitness of players because it could be quite cold. You can get cramps. You know, people get injured. This is the time the managers make sure the teams get together. This is the time when before the Christmas break, you can put yourself in a good position, knowing the fact that after the Christmas break, depending on the run or certain results, you know, this is, you know, a chance to go for the title or make sure you're safe. So it's a crucial time being November for a lot of teams, and I think it's, with the weather being as it is, it should be for managers to make sure they have a bigger squad, they do more training, and they're fully prepared for each games. But from ILFL's point of view, you know, the Vets League is thriving, the Sunday League is thriving, so, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, as you said, we'll discuss about Interleague Champions Cup, and in the coming months we should start talking about the UK BFC, the prestigious tournament that we run for the whole of Bangladesh community for the whole UK. And in April, I'm already thinking of the Super Cup and Legends Cup. So there's a lot to look forward to, and we're in a good position.
Just a couple of things just to end. This was something I was toying with. I remember standing in front of the mirror brushing my teeth this morning thinking, is this the question I could open the show with? And I thought, no, I'm going to leave this one right down to the end. I'm just throw it out there for you. This is one for you to discuss and maybe get to me on the WhatsApp group. But I'm going to ask you, Rush. I was looking and, okay, we've spoken about Reach Out, we've spoken about Ace and how well they're doing in the league, but sometimes we didn't talk about Stepney, and I was thinking in my head, and we may have touched on it at various points, but even with a veterans team, which Stepney predominantly are now this season, they're holding their own.
Yes.
Will Stepney go down as the greatest club side in ILFL history?
Well, at present, you have to give them respect and credit because what they achieved in the number of years.
And are still achieving with the same, virtually
to be honest, we said that last year and the year before, can they sustain? And they managed to still hold the ground and be successful. This year, I'm not too sure because I think, you know, there comes a time that, you know, there has to be a line or to say, you know what, this is far you can go. They have to obviously look at the younger. I know they've got a PE team, but the same players are still playing for the A team. Not many have come through from the B side, so that may be a problem because this season I don't think they'll. You know, I don't want to put negative thoughts, but unfortunately I can't see them challenging for the title. And it's been proven in a couple of weeks. The results are not showing because they're not outstanding team. They're not beating teams by 5-6 goals as we've seen in the past. Because those players that played 10 years ago are still playing as a first team squad. So They've got experience.
Do they have to beat teams by 6, 7, 8 goals? I mean, they're only defeated
but you can,
just
you
to
can grind out
Bournemouth.
results.
It was 1-0. I mean,
yeah, but you can grind out in the past. Yeah, okay. Yes, with the experience, they get results here and there. But to be champions, you need to be persistent. You need to be strong. You need to be, dictating games. I haven't seen them. Some games they just narrowly won. They haven't dictated, and I think that definitely this year, the age will catch up. It's going to be hard for them. So again, they can prove us wrong, and see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But it's a big question mark actually. But even Bromley, the other teams at the bottom, you can't underestimate London Tigers. Yes, they're foot the table. Bromley are a big side. Hamid, the manager, would not want to see his team where they are in the table, and he's got the quality and the players and the history to make sure that doesn't happen. Robin Hyder Tigers, we can see when they turn up, they're a good side. So I don't think it's just between Reacher and Ace. I think the other teams, the new management from Bowman, Arif, would want to make a point. He said to me, you know what, I'm not making no noise. I just want to I will show ILFL and other teams what we can achieve. So he's got targets. So I think the other teams are quietly waiting for the time, and I think in the next few weeks, I don't think it'll be just between Richard and Ace. Although at current moment of time, they're the two teams on form, getting results. But I think the other teams, with the history, with the squad and the players they have, there'll be I think there'll be a few more teams challenging, because this season, I think, especially as things are at the moment of time, Tigers being at the bottom. Hawke and Eagle, I'm not too sure if they can obviously challenge or be one of those dark horses, but Robin Hood Tigers, Bowman, Bromley, London Tigers will have a lot to say in this Premiership. And Stepney, so we've seen them in the past, we doubted them, but they've proved us wrong. What's to say they can't do it again? But really and truly, I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it's just between Ace and Reach Out yet.
And that's where we'll leave it. On that bombshell, somebody famously said, we have to leave it now. We've come to the end of the show. Thanks to Rashid for coming in this evening to spend some time talking football with me. Thanks to you guys for watching. I look forward to chatting more football with you using our thumbs. Thanks to the guys behind the screen who've made it all possible for us to watch. And as always, we shall be here again next week to discuss everything that's happened at Mabley Green. The Veterans Cup quarterfinals and semi-finals will take place this Thursday. The ILFL League Cup will take place this Sunday. And we'll be here next Monday to discuss that and more with you here on the ILFL Soccer Night Show. So from me to you and the crew, we have to say good night. See you next Monday.